to former President Donald Trump. The Justice Department has just unsealed the indictment against Trump, revealing the charges before the American people now. It was shortly after 7 p.m. Eastern last night. We went on the air after sources told ABC News a grand jury in Miami had indicted the former president on at least 7 charges. We'll pause here because we now believe that that number is going to be far higher as we now pour through this indictment. Among the charges, and this is the range, it includes illegal retention of government documents regarding national security, conspiracy, obstruction of government efforts to retrieve those documents. ABC News also confirming the former president said in an audio recording in 2021 that he had taken classified information with him to Mar-a-Lago after leaving the White House, acknowledging, quote, "As president, I could have declassified, but now I can't." Again, this indictment just unsealed. It is 49 pages long. I want to bring in our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas. Pierre, you and I were talking extensively last night on the air and off about whether or not this would be a speaking indictment, what they call a speaking indictment in the legal world, whether it would lay out in granular detail what this evidence is, why they think they have what they need to move forward with what appears to be a statement that includes charges far more than the 7 we had initially had heard about from sources. Pierre, this is a speaking indictment?
David, it's a speaking indictment. It is an incredible narrative. They're laying out chapter and verse what took place. And one of the things that strikes me as I read through it right off the top, they're basically saying that Donald Trump was collecting classified documents in the same way that he was collecting newspaper articles. And that, quote, as of January 20th, 2021, as he departed the White House, Trump caused scores of boxes, many which contained classified documents, to be transported to the Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach. And then it goes on to state that how this club was full of thousands of guests and visitors, and it was not the type of place that you should keep these kinds of documents. So it begins a long narrative. It's complete with pictures. There are examples of how the documents were removed as well, and also the story that we were talking about in terms of the audio recording in which Trump describes, having taken classified documents from the White House, and clearly knowing that he should not talk about any of this information, and just a stunning example of facts laid out brick by brick by the Justice Department.